Not a problem. What? What do? I square both sides. And as you square both sides, you get 2x minus 4 is equal to 36. So once you square both sides, then solve for x. So 2x is equal to 40. And divide by 2, x is 20. What's different about the next one? Yeah, it's a cubed root. And then I also have the plus 3. Now, folks, this is a question that came up among many students. I just want to be clear. If I plugged in a number for x, say I plugged in 4, what's the first thing you would do? You would subtract 3, right? After you subtract 3, then what would you do? You'd cube root it, and then after that you would add 3, right? So when you go to solve, you do everything in reverse order of operation. Reverse order of operation. So the last thing we did was add 3. So that's the first thing that we undo. So we subtract 3 from both sides. Cubed root of x minus 3 is equal to 2. Now, do you think I add the 3 first, or do you think I cube both sides first? I do. I cube both sides. That's how you get rid of the cubed root. And you have x minus 3 is equal to 8. Now add the 3, x is equal to 11. Not too bad, huh? What do you think I do for number 3? Divide by 3. And we get the square root of x minus 5 is equal to 4. Oh no, now what do I do? Quit. Give up. Go get a Pepsi. Square both sides. All right. No. X minus 5 is equal to 16. So x is 21. Joe drinks Pepsi. Carson gave the cutoff. He's saying, nope, don't go down that road. All right, let's get really difficult. Number 4. This looks tough. Where do you even start? Subtract 2. I like the way you're thinking. 4 cubed roots of 2x minus 6 is equal to 28. Shoot. Now what? Oh, divide by 4. I like that idea. So 3 cubed roots of cubed root of 2x minus 6 is equal to 7. Cube that? Shoot, that's 7 to the 3rd power. That's ridiculous. 2x minus 6 is equal to, what's 7 cubed? Like 343. Nice job. Carson had that. Add the 6. 2x is equal to 349. So x is 349 over 2. So that's our basic introduction to square roots. We have 4 more problems that are slightly more challenging. For example, what's different about number 5? There are square roots on each side. Actually, that turns out to be not that big of a deal. If we just square both sides, you can see you get x minus 5 is equal to 4x plus 3. Now just solve. Subtract 4x, subtract 4x. Negative 3x minus 5 is equal to 3. Add the 5, negative 3x is equal to 8. So x is negative 8/3. But I have to pause here because this is not right. Can anybody tell me why this is not the right solution? If you were to plug in negative 8/3, you would have negative 8/3 minus 5. Is that going to be a positive number or a negative number? It's going to be a negative number. And if you take the square root of a negative number, can you take the square root of a negative? You can't. And so in this situation, we call this an extraneous solution. There's really actually no real numbers that work. No solution. I will not do that to you on your test. Okay? We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about extraneous solutions or solutions that come up that don't really exist. I won't do that to you. but I do want to let you know that these do kind of get a little bit more complicated. We don't have time to look at the full gamut of these, but we can look at a few. The next one, again, I'm going to square both sides. And when I do, I get 2x plus 3 is equal to x squared. Well, shoot, that's all of a sudden second degree. How do you solve an equation that is not first degree, but rather second degree? Factor it. We gather everything on one side, x squared minus 2x minus 3. I gather everything on one side. And does that factor? It does. X minus 3, x plus 1. So x is what? 3 and negative 1. Good. Two more. I'm going to square both sides here. And I get x plus 18. Can somebody tell me, when you have x minus 2 squared, what's x minus 2 squared? How do we do that? X minus 2 times x minus 2. And if we take x minus 2 times x minus 2, we get x squared. What else? Minus 4x plus 4. Just like the last problem, you can see that it's second degree. That means we have to get everything on one side and factor. So I subtract the x from both sides. 18 equals x squared minus 5x plus 4. And subtract the 18. 0 equals x squared minus 5x minus 14. Does that factor? Isn't that convenient? Whatever teacher wrote these problems knew what he was doing. So what are your solutions? X equals 7 and negative 2. We have one more. And again, as I try to look for the content level, what kind of things should we cover? I tried to look at what I saw on the Accuplacer. And I did see a problem similar to 8 on a practice test. What's different is you have the 4 in front and the 3 in front. If you choose to divide by 4, you over here you end up with a 3/4, don't you? If you choose to divide by 3, you end up with a 4/3. So that really doesn't help you. We're just going to have to square both sides. But I want you to understand what happens when you square both sides. You have to square that 4 as well. 16, and then when you square the square root of x plus 1, you get x plus 1. And then when you square the right side, you get 9 times x plus 2. Then distribute and solve. Gather like terms, I'll subtract that 9x over. 7x plus 16 is equal to 18. And subtract the 16. 7x is equal to 2. Divide by 7, x is 2/7. There you have it. Just front side. Shout out today to all those who are enjoying Optional Monday. It's kind of a disease that's kind of captured a lot of classes today. Watching 2 cents. We miss you all. We hope that you're doing well. Riley, any shout outs today? Dajel, any shout outs?
Shout out to Bump for not pulling up to M4C since Wednesday, I believe now. Attaboy.
Delaney, any shout outs today? No, really. Anna? No shout outs? A shout out to JC. It is her 17th birthday. We're so happy for her. 17 years old. She's going to 3 rated R movies tonight. Good for you.